Hey guys, what's up? I said in the end of my last video that I was going to do a video about making a battery tray from scratch. Now, I dug the old battery tray out and worked out that it's not actually that bad, so it's not really viable for me to make a battery tray from scratch because, you know, I'm not getting paid for building my own car, and time's money when you're running a business. So this is what we got here. I mean, this is out of my blue 260Z I had not too long ago. I ended up putting a better one in it. I've had this in the cabinet blaster, so I've blasted it all up. Really the only rust that I've got to contend with is just here. I know these bits here are a bit dodgy, but I'm going to fix those up properly, weld them in properly so they look less dodgy, let's say. I have made one of these before in the past. This is the template that I made up for when I made it, so it's something that I can do, but I'll save time and just fix this bit. I've already cut the piece of metal out that I need to weld in, so it's got to go something like that. So yeah, basically my next step is to cut the old rusty bit of metal out and weld that in, and then yeah, tidy up the rest of it at the same time. So yeah, that's the plan. So this here is the actual original battery tray from my 240Z. As you can see, I just cut the whole corner section out, and if you've watched previous videos, you might have seen that I've welded this section in already, a new section. And yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit worse for wear. So the old piece is cut out, so I'm just going to TIG weld this new piece in, and she'll all be sweet. I've done just about enough for tonight, because I need to do some grinding to tidy up all this. And they're not the prettiest of worlds, because as I said, this is dirty metal, but that's what grinders are for. So I'll grind that down and you won't even notice it. I'll tidy it all up. I've still got this side to go, but as I said, I've had enough for the night. I'll do that tomorrow. So that's going to take a little bit more thought to get that tidier. Might even have to make a new piece, because this is supposed to come around here a little bit more. So yeah, that'll do for tonight, I think. The 240Z down in this shed for a couple of weeks while I do a few things. So just show you the battery tray. I finished it off, so it's looking a bit better now. No rust in that corner there, and I've welded that part up too, and made it look all nice and neat and tidy. So now my next thing is I'm going to actually drill the holes to bolt it into its proper spot in the engine bay. One hole's already drilled, which I didn't do on purpose. It's just where the original spot weld was from when the last battery tray was in here. It's just a huge coincidence that it's in the right spot. This one here. And on the other side, there's a small 3mm drill bit hole that lines up exactly with the hole on the back side of the battery tray. So yeah, I've got 1 and a bit holes already drilled, so that's a really good start. I can hear kitty cat. Anyway, I've got to crawl myself into the engine bay with a drill bit. I've got some temporary nuts and bolts here. I'm just going to bolt it in temporarily for now. But yeah, I'm going to get in there. There you go, guys. It now has a battery tray. So I'll just lift this one out. So I'm bolting this tray in. They're usually spot welded in, but I'm going to bolt it in so I can remove it, because if they get battery acid spilt and it gets all underneath the tray, I like to be able to take them out and be able to clean underneath them. And if their battery acid eats the paint off, at least I can take it out and I can touch it up with some paint. So yeah, it's only loosely bolted in at the moment because I'm going to get some nut certs, so I only have to screw from one side. I don't have to hold a nut on the back side. So I've got nut certs here, but they're the wrong size. They're too small, so I have to go get some more. So I'm going to pull the tray out again now and weld up all the holes that don't need to be in there. Hang on. Look at that. I missed a hole. I've got to drill one more hole, guys, before I do that. Hey, it's better. My daughter had a car. She hasn't got her license yet, but she had a car. It's been sitting for like 5 years. So I grabbed it and I was going to tidy it up and give it back to her, but she was only going to sell it anyway. So I bought it. It's a Toyota Avalon Drive. So it's a pretty much a slightly upmarket Camry. When I say slightly, I mean slightly. And they've got a updated front grille, probably a bit nicer wheels, and it's a Avalon Conquest. I don't even know what that means, but I just finished washing it. It was absolutely filthy. She's never driven it. She bought it straight from a car yard like it, and I don't think they ever wash their hands because it was covered in sticky gunk on the steering wheel and gear shift. I mean, sticky gunk. But she's done a few turns. It's done 300,000 kilometers, which is quite a lot, but it seems to run quite fine. She was a bit grotty under here. I cleaned it up and it cleaned up quite nice. It's V6, not sure what size. I think they're a 3 litre, but I'm going to rock it around for a while because I want to do a few things to my daily driver, which entails taking it off the road. So I'll rocket this around for a little while I'm doing that, and when I'm done I'll sell it and get my money back. You know, it's just a little investment. I put my money, bought it with my money, as you do, and then I'll sell it for what I bought it for, no less, so I get my money back at least. Yeah. Ta-da! Gonna have 2 days straight on the 240Z, I hope. Oh, hang on. Let's go up to the shed up here. I'll show you what I've done with the XK. XK is going in to have the motor bay, engine bay blasted Tuesday, yeah. And after that, it gets painted. But I've painted the inside of the doors. As you can see, it looks pretty. It's a satin clear over base, and it came up pretty bloody good. Except on this one, my my plastic must have flown up and I didn't realise it, so I caught the edge there, so I'm going to have to touch that bit up. But that looks good, I like it. So yeah, I've got to mow some grass for the rest of the day, and then tomorrow and the next day I'll work on my 240Z. Yep, got some stuff done in the last couple of days. So yeah, just a minute. I got the front guard in epoxy primer now. So yeah, that's ready to put some filler over the top. Speaking of which, I think I got a bit ahead of myself with the filler, so I'll go down and have a look. So I got the filler work done on this quarter panel. Most of it's done now. I've just put some epoxy over the top of that as well, so that moisture doesn't get into the filler, because you don't want that. But it's not 100% finished on this quarter. This bottom corner here needs some work. I've got to do a bit of welding down there. I didn't notice it until afterwards, but I can do that. And this dog leg down here, I'm not sure if it shows up on the camera, but it's kicking out, so I've got to do something about that, because the other side's the opposite. It kicks in a little bit, so I've got to make a match, and it doesn't. But yeah, that's looking good. Very good. I'm happy with that. Of course, it's still got to be blocked back and hit with high fill primer and rubbed down again, so it's going to be even better again. That's only part of it. So I was going to prime the bonnet today as well, but that's it. I figured it didn't make much sense doing so, because I've only got to fix that rust patch anyway and re-prime it again after that. So I'm going to take the skin off the bonnet, take the skin off the frame I should say, so I can fix that all properly, get all the rust from the inside and out. And not only that, I'll cut this out here and weld in a new section, I can't get behind it to re-stretch the metal after it shrinks. So best thing is to take the skin off the bonnet, hood, whatever, and fix it properly. So that'll be the next video, I think. I'll go through the process of how I remove the skin and then how I fix that patch of rust. So on that note, guys, I think that's about it. I can't even remember what I filmed in this video, so I hope it's not too crap. Bye.